Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Listen with Stories. Take a slow breath in and breathe out. Today, we tell the story of a woman who lived 200 years ago. She had no computer, no internet, no smartphone. But she imagined all of it. She wrote the world's first computer program before the computer existed. And for over 100 years, the world forgot her name. This is the story of Ada Lovelace. If this is your first time here, welcome. This channel is for you. We tell real, powerful stories, slowly and clearly, so you can improve your English while you learn something beautiful. Please subscribe now. A new story comes every week, and you don't want to miss a single one. Ada Byron was born on the 10th of December, 1815, in London, England. Her father was Lord Byron, one of the most famous poets in the world. But Lord Byron was also wild, reckless, dangerous. He left the family when Ada was just 1 month old. Ada never saw him again. Her mother, Lady Byron, was afraid. She was afraid Ada would become like her father, emotional, artistic, lost in dreams. So she made a decision. Ada would not study poetry. Ada would study mathematics. Ada would study logic. Ada would study reason. Lady Byron believed numbers could save her daughter from madness. And so, from the very beginning, Ada's mind was shaped by two forces: the wild imagination of a poet and the cold discipline of a mathematician. Most people only have one. Ada Lovelace had both. When Ada was 12 years old, she had a dream. Not a dream at night, a real dream, a goal. She wanted to fly, not in an airplane. Those did not exist yet. She wanted to build wings, real wings, wings that worked. Ada studied birds. She studied their feathers. She studied their bones. She measured their wings. She wrote a book. She called it Flyology. She was 12 years old. Most 12-year-olds play. Ada was doing scientific research. But then something stopped her. She became very sick. For 3 years, Ada was ill. She could not walk. She could not move freely. Some days, she could not even get out of bed. But Ada did not stop thinking. She lay in bed and she studied. She read. She solved problems. She imagined. Her illness could stop her body. It could not stop her mind. When she recovered, she came back stronger, and her mind was sharper than ever. In 1833, when Ada was 17, she went to a party. It was a party for scientists and thinkers, the kind of party that changes lives. And there, she met a man named Charles Babbage. Charles Babbage was a mathematician. He was brilliant. He was difficult, and he had a big dream. He wanted to build a machine that could calculate numbers automatically. He called it the difference engine. Most people heard about this machine and nodded politely. Ada looked at it and felt something electric move through her. She understood it immediately. Not just the parts, not just the gears and wheels. She understood what it could become. She and Babbage became friends. She visited his home again and again. They wrote letters. They argued. They dreamed together. Babbage called her the enchantress of numbers. Ada was not just interested in the machine. She was already imagining something far, far bigger. In 1842, an Italian mathematician wrote a paper about Babbage's new machine, the analytical engine. Someone asked Ada to translate the paper from French into English. Ada said yes, but she did not just translate. She added her own notes. Her notes were 3 times longer than the original paper. In those notes, Ada wrote something extraordinary. She described how the machine could be instructed, step by step, to perform complex tasks. She wrote out a detailed sequence of instructions, a plan, a process. Today, we call this a computer program. Ada Lovelace wrote it in 1843. She also wrote something that nobody else was thinking. She said the machine could do more than calculate numbers. It could compose music. It could process symbols. It could do almost anything if you gave it the right instructions. In 1843, Ada Lovelace saw the future. She was 27 years old, but the world was not ready. Babbage never finished his machine. He ran out of money. He ran out of support. And Ada, she was getting sick again. Her health was failing. The pain was returning. She was also making mistakes in her personal life. She had debts. She had troubles. In 1852, Ada Lovelace died. She was 36 years old, the same age as her father, Lord Byron, when he died. Her notes were published, but they were forgotten quickly. For over 100 years, nobody knew what she had done. Then, in the 1950s, a woman named Betty Toole began searching old documents. She found Ada's notes. She read them carefully, and she understood. Ada Lovelace had not just translated a paper. She had written the world's first algorithm, the world's first computer program. She had imagined the future of computing a century before it arrived. My friends, I want to say something directly to you. You are here. You are listening. You are learning. That is not small. That is big. Ada Lovelace spent years sick in bed, and she still studied. She still dreamed. She still worked. You have a screen. You have a voice in your ear. You have this story. Every minute you listen, your English grows. Every word you understand is a step forward. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep going. Today, in many countries, October 13th is Ada Lovelace Day. It celebrates women in science and mathematics. And every computer program ever written, every app, every game, every website carries a small piece of Ada's dream inside it. She imagined the machine before it existed, and you are using it right now. Thank you so much for listening today, my friends. If this story moved you, please leave a comment below. Tell me, what was the most surprising part of Ada's story? And if you want part 2 of this story, write part 2 in the comments. I read every single one. Don't forget to subscribe to Listen with Stories. New stories come every Tuesday and Friday. Listen slowly, learn deeply, stay curious. I will see you in the next story.